The conquest of Spain. A new era in human history began with the conquering of Spain. For many years, a Europe steeped in the fog of the Dark Ages looked to Muslim Spain as a source of knowledge. The modern country of Spain, often known as Andalusia, is located in the northwest corner of the Mediterranean. Geographically, it belongs to the Mediterranean region, but due to its rough mountains, it is actually more closely related to North Africa than southern Europe. The westward expansion of Muslim forces had been halted by the Atlantic Ocean. They could not, however, be stopped from continuing their relentless march northward into Europe by the narrow straits dividing Spain from Morocco. The construction of divine patterns on earth was seen by the early Muslims as a mission and a divine trust. Tawhid is Arabic for God-centered civilization. During the early years of Islamic governance, faith was the primary force behind the centralization of power, just as economics are the primary force behind it today. Faith brings prosperity, advances knowledge, and solidifies civilization. The Visigoths invaded Spain in the 5th century and founded a kingdom there with Toledo as its center. The Visigoth monarchs, who were not known for their administrative or diplomatic prowess, invited the Latin Church to run the government in 565. When the persecution of the Jews by the Visigoth monarch Vyacheslav slackened in 707, the clergy swiftly removed him and installed playboy army commander Rodriguez as the new king. As stark a disparity as can be found between two physically close regions was evident at the beginning of the 8th century between Spain and North Africa. With a new ideology and a new mission, the Muslims had entered the scene and were preaching human freedom and legal equality. Many serfs and Jews had fled to Maghreb al-Aqsa in Spain due to the openness of the Muslims, who were not unknown in that country, Morocco. With a newly discovered fervor for their religion, the Berbers were joining in the Muslim troops. Among these generals, Muhammad bin Qasim, who overthrew Sind and Multan; Taiba bin Muslim, who overthrew Sinkiang; Musa bin Nusair, and Tariq ibn Ziyad deserve special mention, conquerors of Spain. Musa bin Nusair, the Umayyad governor of the Maghreb, fought the Visigoths continuously for possession of Maghreb al-Aqsa, the western boundary, modern-day Morocco. The Visigoth lords sent their daughters to the royal palace as part of a tradition so that they could become used to courtly protocol. At this time, Tariq bin Ziyad, Musa bin Nusair's subordinate, was in charge of the region surrounding Ceuta. To consult with Musa and request that he invade Spain and depose Rodriguez, Julian flew to Kairouan. Musa gave Tariq the command to bring a group of soldiers across the straits. In Tariq bin Ziyad's army, according to Ibn Khaldun, there were 10,000 Berber soldiers and 300 Arab soldiers. Jabal al-Tariq, the Mountain of Tariq, Gibraltar in English, and the Straits of Gibraltar, which divide North Africa from Spain, are the names of the imposing rock near Tariq's landing place. Tariq was a superb soldier, an excellent general, a person of religion, and a man of tenacity. When Rodriguez learned of the invasion, he gathered an army of 80,000 men and moved forward to confront the Muslim force. When Tariq requested reinforcements, Tarif bin Malik Naqi's fresh detachment of 7,000 cavalrymen arrived, after whom Tarifa in Spain is named. The Visigoths fought to defend and maintain a repressive system, whereas the Muslims fought to establish a just political order. The Visigoths were destroyed even though the Muslims outnumbered them. The vanquished Visigoths fled in the direction of Toledo, the former capital of Spain. Visigoth rule in Spain came to an end. Musa bin Nusair arrived in Spain at the same time with other Berber soldiers. In order to destroy the city ramparts, Musa had brought his minjaniks, machines, which fired heavy projectiles at them. Now, the Umayyad forces were dispersed all over the Iberian Peninsula. Musa was summoned back during the ensuing power struggle to administer the oath to the new Caliph Suleiman. Abdallah was left in command of North Africa, and Musa nominated his son Abdulaziz as the Emir of Spain before rushing to the Umayyad capital. The Muslims had taken huge amounts of loot during their invasion of Spain. The heir apparent, Suleiman, requested that Musa delay his departure so that Walid would have passed away and Suleiman would be the rightful owner of the war plunder by the time it reached Damascus. As a result, when he assumed the king, he stripped Musa of all authority, accused him of stealing military funds, and cast him into abject poverty. In Spain, the Muslim soldiers were welcomed with open arms by the Jews and the peasants. Many Spaniards converted to Islam to avoid being oppressed by their old rulers. Jews and Christians, two religious minority, were given official protection and were permitted to participate at the highest levels of administration. Spain flourished as a center of culture, science, and art for Europe while it was ruled by Muslims. Agriculture productivity rose when new crops were introduced from other regions of the Muslim dominion. As a result of the promotion of manufacturing, the silk and brocade products of the peninsula gained recognition in international trading hubs. The capital, Córdoba, rose to prominence in Europe and had more than 1 million residents by the 10th century.